Welcome to Vedic Counselor, where ancient Vedic wisdom meets modern scientific insight.
All right, we have reached the very peak, the summit of our Navratri journey. Today, we're diving into the ninth and final form of Goddess Durga, the one and only Maa Siddhidatri, who is the absolute embodiment of divine perfection and the giver of all powers.
But before we jump in, I want you to think about this for a second. What is the ultimate reward of a spiritual journey? I mean, what's the end goal? Is it about gaining power? Is it about finding wisdom? Or is it about total liberation? Well, hold on to that thought, because we're about to meet a divine force who represents all three.
Okay, let's get into it. First up, we have to understand that Maa Siddhidatri is the final divine form. She's worshipped on Navami, the ninth day, and she really represents the culmination of this whole sacred path. She's the grand finale. Her story is really one of beautiful completion. You know, after all the fierce battles and incredible transformations of the last 8 forms, the goddess finally shows up as Siddhidatri. And get this, she isn't here to fight anymore. The battles are won. She's here to grant blessings, to literally reward the devotion and all the hard work of her followers. Now, what I find so fascinating is how her image tells the entire story. She's got 4 arms, and each one holds something deeply significant. You've got the chakra for cosmic order, the gada or mace for inner strength, the lotus, which stands for purity and being detached from the world, and the shankha or conch for that divine cosmic sound. Riding that lion, that shows her complete mastery over all worldly forces. And her link to the Sahasrara, the crown chakra, well, that points to the highest state of consciousness you can possibly achieve.
So let's build on that. Her name, Siddhidatri, literally means giver of cities. But what in the world is a city? This next part is all about understanding the absolutely incredible powers she can grant.
So this is the crucial part. A city isn't just some magic trick. No, it's a profound ability, almost like a spiritual superpower that you can only get through deep spiritual practice. You could think of it as achieving a state of complete mastery or flow, you know? That place where the line between what you want to happen and what does happen just disappears. It's the ultimate prize on the journey to perfection. And this just brilliantly illustrates the most famous of these powers. She's known for granting the 8 principal siddhis. These include incredible abilities, like being able to become infinitely small, that's anima, or infinitely large, mahima, or even being able to achieve anything you desire, which is prakamya. And just to give you a little perspective on how important these are, it's said that Lord Shiva himself performed intense penance just to receive these various siddhis from her.
And this right here, this is her bija mantra. It's a sacred invocation, but it's so much more than just a chant. It's considered a direct vibrational link to her divine energy. It's like the password to unlocking the very powers we've been talking about.
Okay, now let's zoom out a bit. We're going to go from the purely spiritual all the way out to the cosmic. We're about to explore her powerful role in Vedic astrology and see how she actually influences our lives through the planets.
So, in the world of astrology, Maa Siddhidatri is directly linked to Ketu, the south node of the moon. Ketu is such a fascinating energy. It's all about the end of cycles, spiritual freedom, deep intuition, and the ability to see right through worldly illusions. It's the planet of detachment and higher wisdom, which, as you can see, aligns perfectly with everything she stands for. This table gives us a really clear, simple breakdown. You can see Ketu is her primary planet, and she governs that crown chakra. Her influence really shines in the 8th house, which is all about transformation, the 9th house of higher wisdom, and the 12th house, the house of liberation, or Moksha.
Now, this is where it gets really practical for all of us. On the left, you see the kinds of challenges that come with a poorly placed Ketu in a birth chart. I'm talking about mysterious obstacles, confusion, that feeling of being spiritually stuck. But then, look to the right. That's the solution. Worshipping Maa Siddhidatri is believed to transform all that negative energy into divine intervention, spiritual awakening, and even sudden, unexpected success.
So, the big question is, how can any of us personally connect with this incredible energy? Well, this final section is all about that, unlocking her blessings and starting on that path to real fulfillment.
And right about now, you might be asking yourself, okay, but is this actually relevant to me? And that's a great question, because her energy can be especially helpful for people who find themselves in very specific situations. From an astrological perspective, connecting with her is highly recommended for anyone who's going through a Ketu planetary period. It's also perfect for those with a challenging Ketu in their chart. But even more broadly, it's for anyone who feels like they keep hitting these strange, unexplainable roadblocks. And of course, it's for any spiritual seeker who's aiming for that ultimate goal of liberation and developing deeper intuitive knowledge.
And here's a super simple, totally actionable way to begin. You don't need any complex rituals. Just find a quiet space for yourself, use the mantra we just talked about, visualize her serene, powerful, golden form, and maybe make a simple offering of fruit or flowers. This practice is a beautiful way to start aligning your own energy with hers.
So we'll leave you with this final thought to really ponder. If you could attain one perfect siddhi, one ultimate power, it could be spiritual, it could be material, what would you choose and what would you do with it? Your answer might just tell you a lot about your own journey toward perfection. Thanks so much for joining us.
If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel Vedic Counselor. For personal astrology consultation, horoscope analysis, or Vastu consultation, you can contact us on WhatsApp 919219539215 or visit our website www.vediccounselor.com. Thank you for watching.